Hey everybody, it's Shisha here from Shisha.info. Today I'm gonna spend a bit time to talk about password best practice. I constantly see people who are using very bad password strategy, yet they think it's secure. So I want to use this time to clear some misconception around this topic, and hopefully it can help you to improve your password security as well. So rule number one for password best practice is do not use ever a password less than 9 characters. So no matter how secure you think it is, no matter how randomized you think it is, or how much special characters you put in between, it's insecure. Okay, that's it. So why is that? So nowadays there are so many web services get hacked. Those big names, LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, they are all having the database get hacked because their service is so big. It's really hard for them to protect every single aspect of it. So once the hacker got the database, they got your username, got the password related information. They can start to hack your password. What do I mean the hackers really got is that in a web service like the Google, Facebook, they do not store your password as the plain text, which is good. And the hacker, what they really get is the gibberish result. So, for example, if I type happy 2009 dot, if this is my password, the Facebook, Google, they would run a so-called hash function to create a gibberish string and then store in their backend. This is gibberish is what those hackers got. They don't get your password immediately. They get this gibberish result. So what do the hacker do then? The following step is that they will try all the combinations and see if it matches your password. They will try A, they run the hash and see, oh, it's not your password, it doesn't match. They will try A, B, no, okay, they will just try all the combinations one after another. This is exactly the reason you need to use the password longer than 9 characters, because longer than 9, the difficulty increases exponentially. So the current computing power from a computer does not easily calculate and brute force, try one after another to get your password out. So more than 9 character, but I definitely recommend about 15 to 20 characters. If you can remember that, just pick a really good one. So the length of a character is the first rule number one. Rule number two is do not use anything that's related to your life. Yeah, we talk about the 9 character. People start to think, okay, I have my dog plus my birthday, which is like 18 character, let's say. But it's not secure either, right? Because there is this pattern here. It's about your social life. If hackers, targets at you, then they will collect the information around you. They will collect your dog's information, your own birthday, your relatives' information, company information, and they build kind of combination to try your password. And then once they hack it out, they hack it out. So these kind of patterns related to your life, no secure. So third thing is that there are a lot of like human thinking patterns as well. For example, people will say, "I will use password 1234." Everybody knows it's a bad password because so many people are using it. They would think, "Oh, what if I change this to a special character? It looks the same, but it's not the same. Like the S, I can use the dollars, right?" But no, no, no. Even you think it's easy to remember and secure, it's not because so many people are using the same strategy. Hackers create a so-called dictionary for their job, the hacking job. It contains millions of lines of these kind of thinking patterns, including the things, the obvious one we just mentioned. There's so many of those things. So do not play this. Do not think you are smart. You can create these things like out of thin air, and only you are using it. There's so many people in the world they are using it, and the hackers constantly increase their dictionary rows. Whenever they hack a new password, they add it into this dictionary. So there are millions of dictionary. Each one of them contains millions of lines of these patterns. So do not use those things anymore. So what is a good password? I recommend it. A good password is that you pick 4 to 5 English words. You can use whatever language, but English words in general is okay. But do not use those really common words. Do not use tree, apple, these things, okay? These are too common and easily they are added to the dictionary. So use some less often used word like cubicle. I don't know. If you search in Google, find some English word you never used before and you want to learn it. So just pick 4 or 5, make a combination one after another. And if you really want to annoy the hackers, you can add some special characters in the between. Okay. Do not between the words, just inside the word, just to really annoy the hackers. So that 4 to 5 English words, some special character inside the word, some of a word, 1 word, 2 words is good enough. So that's a really strong password because it's longer than 9 characters. It has nothing to do with your social life, and the dictionary just generally does not contain this. Never see this before. Okay, that's a good password. However, I want to introduce the interesting dilemma is that our brain is really hard to memorize things, right? But we have so many web services, Google, Facebook, email, and whatever. So if we tend to use the same password, even though it's strong, it's bad, right? Somebody somehow get you one password, they can use it in Amazon or some other place. They will try it out in other place to see if they can use the same password combination. So how do we, let's say, not using the same password in any of those services, yet the password is strong? My brain can definitely remember only 2 or 3 different passwords. If a lot more than that, I would totally forget some of them. So what do we do nowadays? The best practice I would say is use the password manager. If you Google this term, you will find multiple for the industry leading ones. So the password manager, actually what do? Is they allow you to create one master password. So use this, at least this practice to create a master password. Just one is enough. And then they will allow you to store all the information, all the social account, username and password here. And please allow the password manager to generate the password for you. Do not create it by yourself. Each time when you create a new account in whatever service, the password manager will pop up and ask you, do you want me to create the password for you? Just allow it to do that because they always create a strong password. They know what is strong, what is not. So allow them to do those stuff, okay? And the good thing also is that the password manager will not repeat the same password for you. So all the passwords are unique, are strong, and you only need to remember this password manager. And these tools actually they did a really good job is that they facilitate you. So there are mobile versions, there are the browser plugins. Each time when you just hit those login page, they will pop up and handle, help you to authenticate in. You don't even need to remember those Facebook account and Google account password anymore. Just let the password manager do that for you. But again, at the end of the day, you are giving your master key and your password so many account information to this password manager. You trust somehow this manager does a good job for you. So just pick one in the industry standard, the leading, tools, and then stick to that. So most of them are really good. For example, one of the password manager they have leaked the database. Unfortunately, it definitely jeopardized their reputation. But the good thing is the hashing functions and the master keys of the users are so strong that even the hackers got those information, the gibberish string, the hashing result, they cannot crack it. So it's just too strong. So this is all the information about the password best practice. Start to use the password manager. Create the master keys. I've repeated multiple times. I know it's really hard for people to change your habit. After watching this video, you will go back to your own habit again. You will create your bad password. So I've done my job. I know that will happen. So that's why I repeated so many times here. I want, stick this into your brain. Just use the password manager, okay? Another thing I want to share here is there are good web service that tell you whether your username, your email address in general, and your password has been hacked or not. It's called Pwned. So I will put the link of these two websites down below. It's a really good security expert, Troy. I loved his thinking and his article. He's talking. He spread try to help everybody to increase the security thinking. So what this website does is, if you type your password, and it will tell you whether your password has been out in the internet. So this is the password I typed in. It was the one I used like many years ago. I know it has been pwned. Okay, so it just no, it's been pwned. It's been C5 times before. So, so you see, this has happened to me as well. So since then, I studied a bit more the security, and then I changed my strategy. So I think I'm good to go now. So try to see if your password has been hacked or not, your email address as well, and and start using password manager. So that's the end of the session. Hope you guys have learned something. Leave your comments below in the YouTube, or just add me, or leave comments in the LinkedIn. So thank you guys. Bye bye.